It's time. It's time now for a look latest in local news. In the news, the Wayne County Board of Education set to meet today at 6 p.m. at the Tech Center. On the agenda, items of business, capital outlay projects, approval of the James E. Bacon closeout documents, instructional days, weather events to be discussed, GSBA legislative request, the Juneteenth holiday once again on the agenda, and fiscal year 24 distance learning and telemedicine grant. Several board policies on the agenda. A financial report and executive session, all that today at 6 p.m. at the Tech Center. Wayne County Historical Society set to meet on Thursday, February 13th at Captain Joe's Seafood Restaurant. The program for the evening will be presented by Mrs. Betty Sapp, discussing the life of Wayne County educator Martha Rawls Smith. That meeting begins Thursday at 7 p.m. again at Captain Joe's Seafood Restaurant. Dutch Street meal precedes the meeting at 5:45. Guests are welcome. Members are encouraged to attend. Again, that's the Wayne County Historical Society, Thursday night at Captain Joe's Seafood Restaurant. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. The Wayne County Chamber of Commerce is hosting the State of Education Forum on Thursday, February 13th at Coastal Pines Technical College. The time, Thursday from 11 to 1. Guest speakers on the program will be Lonnie Roberts, president of Coastal Pines Technical College, Wayne County School Superintendent Tony Williams, Richard Lentz, superintendent of Coastal Plains High School, and Sherry Bowen, head of Wayne County's Christian Academy. Also on the program is Reggie Burgess with Partners in Education. Again, all this taking place this Thursday at Coastal Pines Technical College. Any additional information, call the Chamber of Commerce at 912-427-2028. Legislative session continues in Atlanta. Today we check in with State Senator Blake Tillery. Georgia Public Schools receive nearly half of their funding from the state of Georgia. The state's funding formula, QBE, has been around for decades. The Quality Basic Education Act of 1985 dictates the student-teacher ratios, which determines funding. Georgia is just one of 6 states that does not have an opportunity weight to account for students from low-income families. On Monday, several state representatives unveiled a plan to change the state's education funding formula. 2 representatives each sponsored a bill to change the QBE formula to include more funding for schools in low-income districts. Senator Jason Estevez says over the decades the world has changed dramatically, but our funding formula for education has barely changed at all. When QBE was created, there was no smartphones, no internet in classrooms, and mental health support for students was not even a conversation, yet we continue to fund education like time has stood still. Sponsors of the bills would add a program to add an opportunity weight for certain students. One bill would add additional funding for students in foster care in an unstable household or who receive certain benefits. One representative says that his bill would include roughly $2,000 per student. He estimates 500,000 students statewide would be eligible for the funding. In order for this to pass, Republicans would have to support it. Chairman of the House Education Committee, Chris Irwin, says any changes to QBE would require time and several hearings. He says education is the biggest line item in the state's budget. Irwin says first year of the biennial is when it should begin, because a big process like this will take a couple of sessions to be able to get it correct. He says it's a good time to sit down and start the conversations about any changes to QBE. Irwin suggested that they look at other states that have changed their formula to see if there's a good model for the state to follow. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes in the news: a community-wide blood drive by the American Red Cross set for Monday, February 17th from 12 to 6 p.m. Guests should please visit redcrossblood.org, enter Jesup to schedule an appointment. Once again, the date, Monday, February 17th from 12 to 6 p.m. at the Calvary Baptist Church Gymnasium, sponsored by the Jesup Shriners Ladies Auxiliary. Focus of Hog Hunters will be on Wayne County, February 21st through the 23rd with the Wayne County Board of Tourism's Hog Jam. Statewide hunt begins at 2 p.m. that Friday, February 21st, ends on Sunday, February 23rd at 12 noon. Registration for the hunt will close at 6 p.m. on Friday, February 21st at 6 p.m. On-site registration available at Hunt Headquarters at the J.C. Fair Building. Online registration will be open through 4 p.m. Friday. Registration $50 for bow or gun hunters, or hunters can pay $100 to hunt in both categories. Hunters 16 and under hunt free with a registered adult hunter. All hogs must be weighed into the J.C. Fairgrounds in Jesup, but participants can hunt anywhere in the state of Georgia or any of the connecting states that they have legal permission to do so. Hunters must be in line at weigh-in by 12 noon or they're disqualified. Participants are responsible for knowledge of the rules. The hunt includes a special category for wounded warriors to participate in the event. If you're interested in sponsoring a wounded warrior for the weekend, contact the Tourism Board office at 912-427-3233. Registration rules are available online through active.com, or registration forms can be printed from the Tourism Board website, www.waynetourism.com. Wayne County Tourism Board's Hog Jam again set for February 21st to the 23rd with headquarters at the J.C. Fair building. And Valentine's Day just a couple of days away. The city of Jesup says fall in love with downtown Jesup at the Bland Park. Currently, they have the Heart Arch located there, perfect for that Valentine's Day photo. Whether you're celebrating love, friendship, or just a fun moment in charming downtown Jesup, the Heart Arch is a must-see and a great photo opportunity. Let's just snap a photo under the heart. After the photo, enjoy the downtown area and dine in at one of the fine restaurants or catch a movie at the Strand Cinema and make it a date night. You can come on down and share the photo with the DDA. They ask you to tag your photo, hashtag downtown Jesup. Check out the Heart today at Bland Park, and again, take those Valentine photos. That's going to do it for the latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.